Hello there and welcome to Spot Proctor. If you've watched many of our videos, you know that I talk an awful lot about the law. The law is how everything works. It's the law of rhythm that takes the tide out and brings the tide in, has night following day, and you never see winter following winter. It doesn't happen that way. The laws are exact and they never change. Well, you know, if you're not earning the amount of money you want, or that you need to live the way you want to live, there's a problem. There's a misunderstanding or a lack of understanding about a law of compensation. This law is exact. It works for every person, every time, when we understand it. So I want you to think. I would recommend that you may want to jot this down. It sounds so simple when you first hear it, but I guarantee if you keep looking at it, it's not that simple. There's a law governing compensation, and this law is exact. And it clearly states there are 3 points to it. The amount of money you earn is always going to be an exact ratio to number one, the need for what you do, number two, your ability to do it, and number three, the difficulty there is in replacing you. I'm going to run through that again. The amount of money you earn is always an exact ratio to number one, the need for what you do. Number two, your ability to do it. And number three, the difficulty there is in replacing you. The need for what you do. Now I want you to think. We often wonder, why do some of the movie stars or some of the great athletes earn so much money? It seems out of balance what they're earning. But it's really not. You see, the great masses of people want to be entertained. They really want to be entertained. They'd rather be entertained than think. And so the people that entertain them can earn a lot of money. Now, they've got to be really good if they're going to earn a lot of money, but the real good ones, they earn an absolute fortune. You see, you take the great athletes, millions of people watch them as they perform because they're so good at what they do. Well, that's why the athlete earns millions of dollars a year. It's like the great entertainer, the movie star. People love to watch them acting. Millions of people watch them. There's millions being entertained, so the actor earns a lot of money. Wherever there's a great need, there's an awful lot of money to be earned. Remember I said, number one, the need for what you do. Well, there's a tremendous need for what I do. People all over the world want to know, how can they improve? How can they get better? I don't think they really think of it that way. They think, how can I get better results? Well, the only way to get better results is to improve yourself because they're your results. So if you really want to improve your income, improve what you're doing. Now, a person that's, let's say, with one of those big jackhammers on the road that's just shaking the living daylights out of them, they're breaking through concrete or something. You'd think they'd earn a lot of money. It's such hard work. The truth is they don't earn very much money because there's not a great need for people to do that. Is there a need? Yeah, there is, but not a great need. So think. The need for what you do, that's number one. If there's not a great need for what you do, I don't care how good you are at it, I don't care how hard you work, you're not going to earn a lot of money. The amount of money you earn is an exact ratio to the number one, the need for what you do. Now, number two is your ability to do it. If there's a great need for what you do and you become very, very good at it, you're going to earn a lot of money. There's a great need for what I do, and I'm very good at it. Now, I'm not very good at anything else. In fact, I'm not much good at anything else at all because I don't want to do anything else. Oh, this is all I want to do, what I'm doing, what I have been doing for over a half a century. I love it. Make up your mind you're going to get really good at what you do. Now, I work at improving every day. I study every day. I want to know more about this subject of personal growth. How can we get better at what we do? Because that's the kind of information I'm communicating all the time. So I work at getting better at it every day. And if you want to improve what you're doing, study it. Study it. Watch the great masters and then do what they're doing. Number one, the need for what you do. Number two, your ability to do it. Get really good at it. Now, if you get very good at it, the third one's going to be looked after. You're going to be very difficult to replace. Very difficult to replace. Let's reverse the whole thing. Let's suppose there's not a great need for what you do, and you don't even do what you do very well, and you'd be very easy to replace. Well, I mean, you just couldn't earn very much money. But if there's a great need for what you do, and you're very good at it, you're going to be very difficult to replace. Your stock is going to go up. Now, I didn't always know this. I went to work for Earl Nightingale, and he referred to this as the formula for increasing the amount of money you earn. And you know, when he first talked about it, I thought, that sounds like a good thing to know. And so I started to study it. And I never stopped studying it, and I'm absolutely fascinated with just how accurate this is. And the really crazy part about it, not many people understand it. Now that may sound strange, but there are not many people who understand. They do not teach this in school. Most families don't teach it to the kids. So the odds of a person learning it is very slim. Now you may think this is, sort of Pollyanna, or maybe not that important. I'd recommend you really think about what I'm saying. It's helped me earn millions of dollars. I started out with nothing. I started out reading this book. I was earning $4,000 a year. Within a year, I had multiplied what I was earning by over 40 times. Now think, there's no end to what you can earn. There's no end to what you can do. If you really want to multiply your income, pay attention to this law. I will repeat it once more. The amount of money you earn is always going to be an exact ratio to number one, the need for what you do, number two, your ability to do it, and number three, the difficulty there is in replacing you. It's a great law. It's one that we want to make certain all our children understand. It's one that we want to adhere to. Multiply your income. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. We put a lot of good information up here, and it causes everything in your life to get better. If you'd like us to notify you every time we put a new video up, hit subscribe and then turn on notifications. Check out all our videos, and we will notify you when we put a new one up.